here we are again, and we're taking out our health books this time. So you had your test yesterday. Hope that went well. We are going to turn to page 55. We're going to be talking about healthy habits in you, ways that we can prevent getting sick. And I'm thinking this is perfect for obviously this time that we're going through right now. So some healthy habits. The first thing that we're going to talk about though is food safety, how we can stay healthy, making sure that we keep our food properly stored, fix it properly, and then also how we personally can take care of preventing sickness and diseases and so forth. So this is just really, really good. So I just want to get started so we can get right through it. Food safety, page 55. There is more to healthy eating than choosing nutritious foods. Nutrients can be lost and germs can multiply while foods are being stored or cooked. And we talked about the fact that you could lose nutrients, you could lose some vitamins if the food is stored a certain way or in a certain way or for a long time or whatever. All of that matters as to how many nutrients are still left in there. But germs can also multiply in that food depending on how it's stored and all of that. Eating spoiled food can make you very sick. Following food safety tips will keep the foods we choose to eat nutritious and safe. Food storage. Food that is picked fresh from your garden or bought at a supermarket must be stored properly. Unripe fresh fruit can be left at room temperature until it ripens. Once it's ripened, most fruits and vegetables should be stored in the crisper drawer of the refrigerator. Storing in cooler temperatures prevents losing vitamins better than storing at room temperature. So once that fruit starts to become ripe and it's instead of being overripe or unripe, then put it in the crisper drawer because that keeps it from losing some of the vitamins. Keeping foods cold will also keep germs from multiplying. Ripe fruits and vegetables should be eaten as soon as possible. The longer they are stored, even in the refrigerator, the more vitamins they will lose. Many fruits and vegetables can be frozen for even longer safe storage. The temperature of your refrigerator should be between 35 and 40 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, so you can check and see that sometimes it gives you a setting. It doesn't tell necessarily the temperature, but it does give you a setting. But you should have it between 35 and 40 degrees for proper storage. The freezer section of the refrigerator should be lower than 0 degrees Fahrenheit. Your parents can adjust the settings of each section so that they keep food fresh or frozen at the right temperature. Ask your parents to help you check the temperature of the refrigerator and freezer with a thermometer to see if they are cold enough. Refrigerator should be what? 35 to 40 degrees Fahrenheit, and freezer below 0 degrees Fahrenheit. Very good. When possible, choose fresh vegetables for the most nutrients and great taste. When fresh produce is not available, frozen fruits and vegetables are a good option. Canned goods last longer but have less flavor and less nutrition. So get fresh. If not that, then frozen. If not that, then choose canned. But fresh and frozen are better, okay? Meats should also be stored in the refrigerator or freezer. Raw meats that will be used within a few days can be kept in the refrigerator. If your refrigerator has a temperature-controlled meat drawer, it should be stored there. It can also be stored in the coldest part of the refrigerator, which is usually at the back of the bottom shelf. So you put it in the back of the bottom shelf. That's usually the coldest spot, and keep it there. It should be fine. Remember, meat labels usually include dates to help you know how long the meat will be safe to keep in the refrigerator. To store meats longer than a few days, then you need to freeze them. Food preparation. When you are ready to prepare fruits, vegetables, and meats for a meal or a snack, follow safe preparation tips. Always wash fresh fruits and vegetables because of germs and chemicals that might be on them. Frozen meats should also be thawed in the refrigerator when possible. Your microwave oven may also have a setting for thawing meats quickly and safely. Meat should not be thawed at room temperature because germs that cause food to spoil live and multiply at room temperature. So if we want to thaw the meat out, do it in the refrigerator or maybe in the microwave if there's a setting on your microwave that helps to thaw things. But if you store it at room temperature and just leave it out at room temperature, germs are going to multiply, and the ability for it to spoil will also multiply at room temperature. Proper cooking methods can also keep food safe, especially meats. Follow any safety instructions included on the meat labels to ensure that the meat is cooked to a safe temperature, because it will tell you this meat needs to be cooked to this temperature in order for it to be safe, okay? To kill the germs. Germs can also spoil cooked foods. Do not eat any cooked food, even if it's been cooked, but it's been left out of the refrigerator for more than 2 hours. Don't eat it, because germs have multiplied and it's going to be spoiled. It might not look spoiled or smell spoiled, but it's starting to get germs multiplying on it. Eating spoiled food can make you very sick from food poisoning. So very important instructions as to how to prep our food, how to store our food properly so that we can get the most nutrients and benefit out of it and then not get sick from it spoiling or from it going bad and germs multiplying with it. So we'll go back tomorrow and we'll review some questions from there, and we'll look at the comprehension check at the bottom that you have answered today. Make sure that you answer those questions today, and then we'll go over the answers tomorrow to review over that, because that's important. But now page 58, how illness can be spread. Eating nutritious foods and practicing food safety habits are not the only ways to promote good health. While all illness cannot be prevented, God has allowed people, through science and modern medicine, to discover ways to help prevent and treat many diseases. Before we can prevent or treat illnesses, we need to know, how are they spread? How are they spread? Sickness can be spread through a touch, kiss, cough, or sneeze. And this is why we tell you, cough or sneeze, be careful where you're touching and all of that. And even through this whole thing, one of the things that they keep saying, cough into your elbow, don't touch your face. All of this is going to tie right in. So that's why I want to get to it and talk through it. Even if you are not around people who are ill, you can still get their germs by touching what they have touched. Doorknobs, tabletops, or faucet handles can be covered with germs. We can't see them, but they could be there, and that's why you have to be very careful. Sickness can also be spread through insect bites or animal scratches and uncooked or spoiled foods. So sickness can come from touching, kissing, coughing, sneezing. It can come from surfaces. So you touch something that somebody who's been sick touches. Your friend coughs and then they touch the sink, the faucet in the bathroom, and then you touch it afterwards. Well, some of their germs are now on your hands. And then you put your hands to your face, and now you've ingested those germs. That's why you have to be so careful. But also insects carry disease germs. We have uncooked food we talked about already, scratches from animals, bites from animals that can cause sickness and spread illness. If you take the time to practice healthy habits, you may be able to keep yourself and others from getting sick. Germs can be spread easily from your hands, clothes, and surroundings to the air you breathe and the food you eat. Most germs enter your body through your mouth, nose, and any breaks in your skin. So when you've got a scratch or an opening in your skin, germs get in. They're looking for some way to get inside. So it could be your mouth, it could be your nose, it could be breaks in your skin. Because your skin helps keep germs out of your body, a cut or scrape needs to be cleaned right away. Soap and water will wash the germs away. An open sore may need to be bandaged until it heals. You should keep your fingers and hands, this is what we've been saying, away from your mouth to prevent germs from entering your body. So many times we sit and we chew on our nails or we put our hands on our heads. We need to keep our hands. We need to start learning to keep our hands away from our faces. That way to prevent germs from entering our bodies. We need to keep our hands out of our mouths. We just kind of, on our fingers or whatever. Don't do that. Washing your hands correctly is a great healthy habit. To wash correctly, you should first wet your hands, then apply soap and scrub for 20 seconds. A fun way to make sure you have scrubbed long enough is to sing a short song such as Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, okay? Silently while you're scrubbing. After that, you rinse and dry your hands. So you're gonna get, wet your hands, then get some soap. Now use that soap. And when you're washing, you cover you have to remember the backs of your hands. You have to remember your thumbs. I saw a great I think it was a YouTube video that it showed somebody with black paint or something with gloves on. And they just kind of showed, when you just wash like this, there's parts on this part of your fingertips so they did this, they washed around here to get on your wrist, the palms of your hands, they did this for the thumbs, and then in between, and making sure that you get the backs of your hands. So 20 seconds, it gives you time to get all of those parts of your hands and rinse them carefully and dry them well after. And then it asks, which cleans better, only water or soap and water? Rub some cooking oil. This is something you can do at home because you're home. Rub some cooking oil on your hands and then wash them under running water. Do they still feel oily? Now wash your hands with running water and soap. Do you feel a difference? With the soap, you'll feel that oiliness will go away. Because there are germs in the air, they can enter your body when you breathe. The hairs in your nostrils help keep dust and germs from entering your body. Some dust and germs that get past the hairs in your nostrils are trapped by the sticky mucus in your nose and throat. Every time you blow your nose, cough, or sneeze, you get rid of some germs. Always use a clean tissue to blow your nose, then be sure to throw your tissue in the garbage. You sneeze and cough with such force that germs are sprayed into the air several feet away, and that's why we're social distancing 6 feet and more, because those germs can spray into the air for several feet. Did you know there is a proper way to sneeze and cough? The key is to cover both your nose and mouth with a tissue or your upper sleeve, because that's getting both. If you do it here, some of your nose is left exposed or your mouth. So you do it here in the upper sleeve, and that's where you do it. Do not use your hands, because then your hands are touching other people and things, okay? This will keep you from spreading your germs to others. And then you've got another comprehension check that you're going to work on. Page 61. Even with good health practices, to prevent the spread of germs and illness, you will probably still get sick sometimes. When you are sick, your body will give you signals that let you know something is not quite right. Paying attention to those signals can help you treat illness early and return to good health quickly. So when you're not feeling right, don't just kind of say, oh, I'm not going to say anything. No, let your parents know, I don't feel quite right. Could you check my temperature? My throat hurts, or my ears bothering me, or something. And then that way they can check it and help you to get back to health properly. One of the signals may be a headache. Headaches are very common and should go away easily when treated. Some things you can do to help a headache are rest in a dark, quiet room, apply a cold cloth or ice pack to your head, gently massage the hurting area, and drink more water. You've got to drink water, because water is necessary from the tip of your toes to the top of your head. You've got to be filling that body with water. It needs it. So sometimes that headache may just come from you not drinking enough. So get in a room, darken it, lay down, rest your eyes, put a cold cloth on your head or a cold pack, massage the area where it's really bothering you, and just kind of rest for a little bit, but definitely get that water. If those things do not help, you can take medication given to you by a trusted adult. Don't just take medication from anybody, and don't ask somebody, oh, can you just give me some medication? Don't do that. from a trusted adult, your parents, okay? Take that medication so that you're not getting sick from medication now. When you get a fever, it is a signal that your body is trying to fight an infection. Your body temperature rises so that many germs that cause sickness cannot multiply. So it's trying to rise up so that it can kill those germs that are trying to be in there. To treat a fever, you can take medicine given to you by a trusted adult and take a slightly warm bath or apply a cool cloth to your head. Your parents may decide to call your doctor to ask if you should be seen. Getting help from a doctor will be important if your fever especially is higher than 102 degrees Fahrenheit. Now, it's not saying that's the only time, but it's saying that is a good hint, especially if it's over that, you want to get checked. Follow these rules to restore health. And we can see our little Heath bee looking pretty sad there. Drink a lot of liquids. We need 6 anyway, so drink that. Get plenty of rest and eat nutritious foods. An earache is another sign of infection. To help with the pain from an earache, you can apply a warm cloth to your ear. If needed, you can take medicine given to you by a trusted adult. Every time, do you catch that? Trusted adult. Most earaches will go away on their own, but you may need to see a doctor if you have one that lasts for several days. When you have a cold, you may get a stuffy nose or sore throat. If you have a stuffy nose, it is important to blow your nose often and drink plenty of fluids. A cool mist humidifier adds moisture to the air and may help your stuffy nose not to feel as stuffy. Remember to cover your nose and mouth when you sneeze or cough to prevent spreading germs to those around you. If you have a sore throat, drinking warm or cold liquids may help soothe the pain. Using a cool mist humidifier or letting a cough drop dissolve in your mouth may also help your throat stay moist and feel less scratchy. With rest and plenty of liquids, you should get better quickly. Your parents may choose to take you to a doctor if you continue to feel ill. And then look at 1 Peter 5:7. Casting all your care upon him, for he careth for you. It's just telling you God cares for you. He knows when you're not feeling well, and he knows and he cares when you're happy, when you're sad, when you're sick, when you're well. He cares about all of that. He made you. And so he doesn't want you to feel worried or get, worked up. So much of the world is like, oh, what's going to happen? Who's going to get next? And how is it going to go? And yes, there is some worry that happens because you don't want to get sick from something like this. But God knows and he cares. So go to him, cast your care. That means throw it onto him, give it to him. Lord, I'm giving you my cares because I'm trusting you to take care of me. You can talk to him anytime, anywhere. He's listening and he wants us to give him those cares. So if you have cares, if you have worries and you're struggling with what's going on and all of this that's happening, he's there. He's ready to listen. And he's ready to comfort you and to give you that peace because only he can give you that true peace. So we'll find out what else happens or what else we can do for good health habits with ourselves and seeking that care and all of that tomorrow. All right. So I will see you later in another video. Take care. See you soon.